Again, a great night for soccer, great attendance from the Gretna Elite Academy family, as well as some other members from the Omaha soccer family. Thank you for coming out, and we are underway. Both teams are mirroring into a 4-3-3, so we'll see who has to adjust their midfield the most in terms of the midfield triangle, and then we'll go from there. So it's early pressure. Oh, near miss for the GEA UWS team. That was Rylan Childers with the miss wide there. Maddie Weichel bringing it up the line. The GEA All Stars are going to have to make sure they're on the top of their game. The players that they are facing are coming from Power 5 schools or soon to be headed to Power 5 schools, or former professional players, or players that had professional potential in Jalen Armstrong and Jalen Bosock. So again, very talented team for GEA UWS team, who are keeping the ball in the back right now. That's a good recovery run by the right back there, Reese Bohr. Reese had an excellent season for Norris High School as they went to the state championship game in Class B, almost running the table before running into Scott Catholic. Reagan Robbie in the corner now. Oh, nutmeg. Cuts it back across. GEA UWS team very patient with their chances. Probably could have created a better one there, but they're going to be left found wanting. The ECNL All Stars do a fairly good job of staying organized. The thing they're going to have to make sure they look out for is once their first line of defense is broken is how do they recover? Can they get back in shape and not allow the free attacks from the older, experienced GEA UWS team? A pretty cool moment for Alexis Townsend in net for the GEA UWS team. She's heading to she was a senior this year at Gross Catholic High School. She will be headed to Northern State next year, Division II team in the Northern Sun, and she'll be playing with a really talented team there. But it's not going to be close to the talent that she has in front of her tonight. Nice little combination and pressure there by the GEA All-Star team, forcing the UWS team to play it out of bounds. And in through the door walks head coach Tim Walters from the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Oh, wow. That's probably the closest chance there for the GEA All-Star team. Coach Walters and his family in tow. It's a good opportunity for Coach Walters to see some of his current players and then some of his future players and then some potential uncommitted players that could be joining us here. So with the sun in our eyes, it's going to be a little bit tough telling who's taking the corner kick, but it is a all-star corner kick, first set piece of the game for either team. We'll see what they do with it. Okay, they play short. It's not dealt with well by the UWS team, but they are not punished for it. It goes out for a goal kick. Good to hear that one of my former Wayne State College players, Carly Wilson, is listening in today. Hey, Carly. Glad you recognize my voice. That's a foul, so another dangerous set piece for the ECNL All-Star team upcoming. This is good practice. The UWS team, coming from all different college teams and some different club teams, it's hard to always bring that together, and nothing can be more glaring than a mistake on a set piece. So this is good that the All-Star team is testing them here early. Let's see how their organization holds up. Oh, good clearance. I believe that was Emma Wilson on the clearance, the towering center midfielder from UMKC. After early pressure by the UWS team, it's been the All-Star team who's been on the front foot so far tonight, and they have another interception here. Riley Childers is going to be a handful for the All-Star team to deal with there in the attacking midfield, as will Reagan Robbie. Reagan Robbie plays it off again. You'd like to see her check her shoulder there and try and find a way to turn and go forward. I don't know if this is what she's being instructed to do, but if you haven't seen Reagan Robbie play, she is incredible to watch with the ball at her feet, dribbling at defenders. So hopefully we get to see a little bit more of that tonight. That's a great save by ECNL All-Star goalkeeper Samaya Hogue. The UWS team was in there with a half volley, but a good reaction save to parry it wide. And now the All-Stars are on the break. Oh, wow. And ECNL All-Star team settles for a shot from distance. Both teams have had close range shots. The All-Star team put theirs over the bar. UWS team was kept out by All-Star goalkeeper Samaya Hogue. Fairly even game so far. I think if you were thinking that the All-Star team was just going to come in and roll over to the older UWS team, I think you would have been mistaken. Oh, Grace Crockett plowed down from behind by the All-Star left winger. Crockett, a physical outside back for University of Nebraska Omaha. She's usually the one doing those types of tackles in games, not usually the one on the receiving end. So she's setting up here the set piece. Oh, they play short. A little give and go. Service by Grace Crockett. Great clearing header by the All-Star team. This is going to be a fun battle to watch tonight early on. Reese Borer, young player, taking on the experienced Maddie Weichel player from, I believe she's playing at the University of Kansas right now. Riley Childers and Reagan Robbie looking to combine. Riley Childers in on net, and Childers scores. And just like that, your GEA UWS team 1, ECNL All Stars 0. Not the cleanest of give and goes, but just goes to show you when you have talented players like Reagan Robbie and Riley Childers, you give them an inch and they will take a mile, and a mile they took and a goal they scored. Great save again by Samaya Hogue on the University of Nebraska Cornhusker Reagan Robbie, who's slow to get up. Riley Childers again, the starter of that play. Oh, Maddie Weichel by 2 All-Star players, serves it in. Mo Gore misplaces her header. It's not out of danger yet for the All-Star team. They play it up the wing. Oh, the All-Star team now with a little bit of a break here. Dealt with well by the center backs from the UWS squad. The All-Star team is going to have to find a way to deal with Childers. If they continue to give her the space like they are, it is going to be a long night for the back line and the goalkeeper. You can tell we're a little over 10 minutes into this game, and you could tell that a lot of these players, both college and high school, are not used to playing in this humid, sunny weather. Most of the high school season was played under cooler, windier, wetter temperatures. So, but they better get ready because we got a hot couple weeks coming up. Good defending there by Jalen Bosak. High pressure here by the ECNL All Stars. The key for the All Stars is they're going to win it. If they're going to play this high pressure and they're going to win it, they're going to want to have to transition quickly, because if they wait too long, the UWS team will just get back, reorganize, and they're not going to easily allow the All-Star team any opportunities on net, especially any opportunities that are unchallenged. Now, this is what we wanted to see, everyone. Reagan Robbie dribbling. Reese Bohr again, keeping track of some very talented attacking players. Misplaced ball there. ECNL All Stars are able to keep the pressure on here by keeping possession of the ball. Nifty little flick goes nowhere for the ECNL All Star team. Alexis Townsend keeps it at her feet to play short. And here come the UWS team. Great ball to break the lines into Childers. She's now facing at the defense, running at him. Finds Maddie Weichel, who opens up. Here comes Jalen Bosak on the overlap. Bosak along the ground. Reagan Robbie goes for goal, but it is blocked by the All-Star defender. That block was by number 9, Annie Mulder, heading to Kansas State in a couple years here. Service in by Kenzie Coons. Gosh, I do not. Oh, what a strike. What a goal. Riley Childers, saying her name a lot today. She was the provider last time, the goal scorer this time. And just like that, the GEA UWS team is up 2-0. So far, the game's been fairly even. The only thing is that the All-Star team has had a hard time dealing with Rylan Childers, who's sitting in the hole there, underneath the number 9 spot in that number 10 role, and they're struggling to deal with her, whether she's playing with her back to goal or running forward. So I apologize to Rylan. I keep going back and forth between Rylan and Riley. Unfortunately, I've coached a lot of Rileys, never a Rylan, so I think I default into that name, but it's Rylan Childers, playing for the Jayhawks collegiately. Nice breaking lines pass into Reagan Robbie. She turns and finds a streaking Jalen Bosock. Bosock finds Maddie Weichel underneath. And it looks like a corner kick for the UWS All-Star team. Bosock doing a great job getting up and down the wing there. The other thing the UWS team's doing a little bit better than the All-Star team is they are finding a way to skip their midfield, but not skip it over the top. They're playing into that forward line and going and attacking right away. So the All-Star team has to find a way to deny those passes into the forward line or not allow those forwards to turn and run at them. So it's Kenzie Coons here on the service, finding her club teammate Emma Wilson, and that is goal number 3. You give the former club teammates enough opportunities and they will find a connection. Emma Wilson is an incredibly hard person to stop on set pieces, and she proves why. She's a tall player who's also very good at attacking the ball. So wholesale changes for the GEA UWS team. Unfortunately, don't have all of those changes for you, so we're going to try and do our best here with what we got going on. Nice little bit of combination play by the GEA UWS team as they move the ball forward here. roster. I looked online, but spreadsheet. Oh yeah, that's right. Goal by GEA UWS team. That's 4-0. Trying to get you the goal scorers here. We don't have a roster on hand, which will probably be something. The exhibitions are a time to shake out all the nuances for the players and also for the staff, including myself. All right. Located the roster, so hopefully I can give you a little bit better experience here going forward. Gracie Parsons with the service on the corner kick. Grace Ostergaard in the game now. She, Maverick, had a good freshman year for the Mavs as they went to the Summit League championship game, but were unable to overcome the University of Denver. Taylor Daffer, coming off a state championship with Gretna High School, is now in the game at center back. She'll be headed to Creighton next fall, playing for the Big East coaching staff of the year, led by head coach Ross Pauley. Ostergaard playing in a deeper role for the GEA UWS team. She did play in a deeper role for the UNO Mavs this last year. The hope is, I know that Coach Tim Walters hopes that he can move her farther up the field so she can create a little bit more going forward. Lindsay Prokop, formerly of UMKC, now of Grand Canyon University. She's been a force to be reckoned with in the WAC for both teams. And Amber Arnold for the All-Star team shuttles it out of play. I do have the GEA UWS roster. Unfortunately for all our listeners, I do not have the All-Star roster for the substitutes, so I'm purely going off of who I can tell is who's who. Amber Arnold being one of the closer players to us, I definitely can see her of who she is. Megan Cook for the with the throw-in. Cook plays her college ball with the University of Nebraska Kearney. Offside there in the interchange between her and Grace Ostergaard. You know, the difference I've seen between the All-Star team and the UWS team, it was a good back and forth early. The difference is that the UWS team maybe missed one or had one or two chances. I shouldn't say missed because they were saved, but they have been very, very clinical in front of net. The All-Stars haven't had as many chances, but they've found wanting and have been taking chances from deeper areas, which are going to have less likely chance of scoring or troubling the goalkeeper. So right up top right now we have, for the UWS team, we have Lopez on the left wing, Prokop playing in the center forward, and then I will let you know who is over on the right wing. In the midfield we have Cook's in the back. We have Ostergaard, Davis, and Parsons. And then over on the right wing, we have Anna Jennings, it looks like, number 16. Jennings plays for UMKC. She had a pretty good year this year for the Roos. For those who are listening, the UMKC Roos contain a large Nebraska contingent. So if you're looking for a team to support outside of your UNO, Lincoln, the Lincoln Cornhuskers and Creighton, definitely look at the UMKC Roos because they have a lot of Nebraska kids. Good switch of play here by the All-Star team. Oh, got to check your shoulder there if you're going to turn into a center midfield like that. I believe in the back with Taylor Daffer is still Jalen Armstrong, so it's probably the youngest center back in the squad with the elder statesman. Jalen Armstrong wouldn't want me to call her old, but she is the most experienced, probably the most veteran player on the team, we'll say that. Hannah Davis, the prolific goal scorer out of Lincoln. It's interesting to see how Davis's career has progressed and where she's played. If fans of prep soccer remember, Davis held the goal scoring Class A record for a long time as a prep player out of Lincoln, just broken this year by Gratna High School player Sarah Weber. Two different types of players. Davis in her peak was in high school was pure speed and scored goals like they were going out of style both at the high school and the club level. I think some injuries have set her back, so her and her coaches have helped reinvent her as a player, where she could still have an impact, so now she plays more of a deeper role. Still good to see her back on the field, and she's heading over to take the corner kick now. They play short. Grace Ostergaard. She's getting to the end line here. Would have hoped to have a better cross. All-Star team clearing it out. Can they break here? Good composure there.
It's Mallory Connolly.
Mallory Connolly. Good composure by number 2, Mallory Connolly. Thank you, Aaron. Need some help with these players. I don't know all of them and by their jersey numbers quite yet. Connolly did well there under pressure from the UWS defenders to at least maintain possession of the ball. Probably around a half hour into today's contest, so final 15 minutes of the first half. 4-0 is the score line for the GEA UWS team over the ECNL All Stars from Gretna Elite Academy. We'll say the score line is more indicative of the clinical nature in front of goal and less of the one-way traffic. But it'll be interesting to see and watch back this film, and I think if you're a younger player watching, or if you're a younger player competing for the All-Stars, the little things make the difference. And we'll kind of talk about those things throughout the broadcast. But one thing is the amount of shoulder checking that the GEA UWS team does in comparison to their younger counterparts is a first-time tell. So if you want to play at the highest level in college, you need to have that spatial awareness. You need to be checking your shoulder and looking at what's going on around you. The UWS team does that really well, whereas the ECNL All-Stars are often committing some blind turns into some dangerous areas. Cross in there by Megan Cook. That's Sophia Grantham on the right wing. I apologize. Gracie Parsons picks the ball up in the midfield. Finds her college teammate, Grace Ostergaard. Prokop picks up the loose ball, slips in, right winger, and it is just wide. Anna Jennings puts that one just wide. Remember, at halftime, I will be heading down to the field to talk with GEA ECNL All-Star coach Marcus Kelcher and GEA UWS coach Alex Vasquez. Vazzy, as he is more affectionately known as. See what they think about the first half from their teams, what they liked, what they want to see improved, what they think their teams can do better going forward. Cook with a lot of space down the sideline here. And number 20 is Yanez, out of Midland University, quality player for the NAIA side. He plays in the GPAC conference here, mostly located in Nebraska. And ball's back in play here. GEA UWS plays short on the ensuing free kick. And once again, whether it's been Reagan Robbie or Lindsay Prokop, they have been doing really well finding that number 9 player with their back to goal. And they keep looking for her again and again and again. That is going to be something, hopefully maybe a halftime adjustment for the All-Star team into denying that ball into the feet of two of the more dangerous forwards to come out of Nebraska in recent years. Prokop, I believe, was freshman of the year in the WAC at UMKC, and then when Coach Sissel left for Grand Canyon, she went with him and is having a continuing having her good career down there. Good. That's probably the best half chance or best chance that the ECNL All Stars have had in probably the last 20 to 30 minutes. In the first 20 minutes, I'd say that the game was fairly even. ECNL All Stars actually won the first couple set pieces, but then experience and speed of play and just the little things took over, and the clinical finishing in front of net as well. The other thing that this UWS team does really well is in their pass connecting. They manage to, it's a good opportunity, good defending there by the GEA All Star winger, picking the ball off of the UWS defender, taking it on goal. That's Taylor Daffer with the turnover, showing a little bit of her age. If she's playing players closer probably to her age here in the All-Star game than playing with the UWS team. UWS team here coming forward again in the black and gray striped kits. But what I was saying was the GEA UWS team in their passing, they play balls that they know their teammates can get to. They know that they can receive, whereas some of the All-Star team is, they're targeting and finding their teammates, but it's not necessarily a ball that is receivable or the right type of ball. So again, it's just those little things that make the big difference in the speed of play and also your attacking chances. Playing long up the field. A little bit different tactic than what the UWS team has been utilizing. Coach Kelcher urging on the ECNL All Stars not to give up, to keep playing hard, and that's important too. Is how do you respond when you maybe the scoreline's not in your favor? Do you continue to fight to show your best? Good win here by Amber Arnold, carrying the ball up, early cross in. Easy gather by the UWS goalkeeper. Into the closing minutes of the first half. It is GEA UWS 4, GEA ECNL All Stars 0. Another turnover here by the GEA UWS team, and the advantage is not taken. Probably the cutback was on there for the All Stars. Got a little overexcited. Another turnover by Taylor Daffer. Obviously something she's going to want to have back. A couple moments here in the final 15 minutes.
Claire Niss with the shot.
Claire Niss with the shot. Again, she's done well defending up top. I've liked what I've seen from some of the forwards here in the second half from the ECNL All Stars, of just putting forth a good effort to defend from the front. Always important. Again, something they don't always teach you in the younger ages until you maybe get to college, that when you get into the college game, everyone's a defender when you don't have the ball. Here come the UWS team. Legs a little bit heavier here. And that is halftime. Halftime score, GEA UWS 4, GEA ECNL All Stars 0. And we will be heading down to the pitch side. We'll take a quick break, heading down to pitch side to chat with the coaches after they get a chance to chat with their teams. And but then we'll be back with commentary. And thank you for joining us for the first half. All right, and I'm live at halftime, the Shields halftime interview with Coach Marcus Capture. He's coaching the ECNL All Stars tonight. Coach, what are some of the things that you've liked that you've seen so far from your young ECNL All Star team?
I mean, I think the level of intensity that they've put into the game. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, I thought we played with a really, really good competitive mentality. I mean, I think we were punished on 4 occasions where the ball got in our defensive box and we didn't get to the first ball. And I think that a lot of that comes with experience. Credit to the UWS girls; they were clinical. But when you got players like Rylan Childers in the box, it's she's going to score if you leave her open.
You give her and Reagan Robbie a chance, they're going to cause problems
for sure. But I mean, I thought my kids played hard, man. And I think if for any spectator that's out there, I mean, they have to appreciate the work ethic, the work rate, and
in the first 15 minutes, I thought the chances were very even, if not more, towards the ECNL All-Star team.
I think, I'd like to see the statistics at the end of the half. I mean, I thought we had the ball for long periods of that time.
Yep.
I mean, I thought that, if anything, our pressure on them didn't allow them to get into fluidity within their possession. Like, I don't think at any point they were settled in the game, apart from maybe at the 20-minute mark when that second group came in. I thought that they kind of got the game calmed down a little bit, but I thought we did a great job. I'm proud of the kids.
What do you want from them in the second half?
I want them to score a goal.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Coach, we got Vazzy here with the GEA UWS team. Coach, what did you like from the first half from the girls?
Obviously the pressure that we put on them, we weren't patient enough to really get a rhythm early. So we had to compensate by maybe just pressing them and trying to get. I mean, our first 3 goals weren't great, right? But they were because we pressured and we put them in a bad spot and. We were able to get some goals, but we just didn't establish a rhythm to kind of really kind of put our foot down on it.
The goals were kind of more based on just hard work and being and sticking with it versus like getting like
absolutely
a
right.
play
So
thing.
I think a little bit nervous, right? Because it's older girls playing younger girls. Yeah. You don't want to lose, right? Absolutely, right? No-win situation, right? So they started off a little bit nervous, and we just couldn't get a rhythm.
And so is that what you're looking for in the second half?
We talked about connecting 2 or 3 extra passes just to be a little bit more patient and build a little bit more instead of playing a ball deep and pressing them to try to get it back. It's for us to really play a little bit better.
I think the one thing that I liked what I saw from the team was the breaking of the lines passes from like the back line on the ground into the foot of the number 9, whether that's Reagan Robbie or Prokop. Is that something you're going to look to continue into the second half?
Absolutely. And we've got to have a good exchange between our holding attacking midfielder and our forward where we can combine with those two. I'd like to see them play off each other a little bit more and then maybe get our wingers involved.
Well, thanks, Coach. I'll let you go. Good luck in the second half. That was the GEA UWS halftime show. We'll be back with with the Shields halftime show. We'll be back with the Shields players of the game. We're going to head in here to the second half. The team is going to get going here pretty quickly, so we'll have the second half coming up here with you shortly.
Mo, pinch in a little bit for us, Mo. There we go. Just don't let him connect there. Turn, Jim. Good turn. Compete in the box. Claire, go ahead and get in. Claire, get in. Can't bring this to knockdown. Go there. Beat Amber. Nova, it's your moment. Crush it, Nova.
And we're back live with the GEA UWS All Stars taking on the GEA ECNL All Stars with the GEA UWS team. The ECNL All Stars starting off quickly. Amber Arnold puts it over from a shot from distance. Coach Kelcher just wants them to score a goal. To be honest, they, like he said in the Shields halftime show, they've been pressing and keeping the ball well and giving a good account of themselves. The just difference has been one team scoring every chance they get, and the other team hasn't been as sharp in front of that. So Coach Vasquez wants his team to establish a little bit more of a rhythm. In the Shields halftime show, he's happy with the effort in front of goal. I think he wants that effort to be portrayed across the whole field, where we're keeping the ball and moving it up the field versus just trying to play long and then win the ball back by pressing. But the ECNL All Stars underway here again. Again, the halftime show and today's broadcast as a whole is brought to you by Shields Sporting Goods. If you do not know what Shields Sporting Goods is and you live in the Midwest, you're probably living under a rock. They're the largest sporting goods provider, as well as pretty much everything else under the sun now with how they've expanded. We have a store here in Omaha that is a good provider of anything: hunting, fishing, soccer, basketball, football, baseball, and even casual wear. And not saying that this is just an ad, but it's one of my favorite stores to shop at, and I have a Shields credit card, so not just reading ads up here. We're supporting the business that is supporting the GEA UWS soccer team, and we want to thank Shields for their support of the GEA UWS team, but also just women's soccer in general. Moving the game forward is a goal of Coach Kelcher's. It's the goal of Gretna Elite Academy, and it's the goal of the Gretna Elite Academy UWS team, as well as the UWS League. So we're excited to be a part of that. And hopefully this continues on. We'll see some of these ECNL All Stars in the GEA UWS team in the coming years, which would be some exciting things. So here's the first little bit of rhythm here by the GEA UWS team. It's Ryland Childers again making moves. Oh, good slip through pass. Reagan Robbie on the ball, and she just puts it just wide. Reagan Robbie was one of the bright spots for the University of Nebraska Cornhuskers in a pretty tough year for the Huskers. The Huskers they're a good team. Big Ten was, I think, tougher than what people gave the conference credit for, including maybe myself. But Robbie definitely shone brightly for the Huskers and will continue to show brightly for at least 3 more years, if not 4, because she'll have that extra year for COVID, depending on what she decides to do. Jalen Armstrong, former Husker, coming out of the back. I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to interview Jalen on the GEA UWS show. You can go back on our YouTube channel and check that out. Make sure you subscribe to the GEA UWS channel so you don't miss any GEA UWS interviews, GEA UWS Spotlight shows, and then GEA UWS broadcasts will be replayed on the YouTube show, or on the YouTube channel. Jalen Armstrong has a great story. Again, if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it, because it's inspirational, and it's a story that any athlete, regardless of soccer, level of soccer, club you play for, area of the country you're from, that you'll be able to find something from. So Crockett now back to Armstrong. Kenzie Coons dribbling forward here. She flies to Ryland Childers, who's facing goal and the all-star defense. Oh, what a ball in. It's good goalkeeping, good positioning more than anything. I think that's important for goalkeepers to have is everyone thinks shot stopping, but if ECNL All-Star goalkeeper Smaya Hogue is not off her line there to get into position for that, that'd be a much harder shot to stop for her. Instead, she's able to smother it and take that opportunity away from UWS forward Reagan Robbie, it was Emma Wilson streaking through the midfield. As the sun goes down, it's hard to tell, though Emma Wilson is significantly taller than Reagan Robbie. No offense to Reagan. I was lucky enough to have Reagan as a guest with fellow GEA UWS teammate Katie Stoneburner and then Husker teammate Gwen Lane on the Nebraska Soccer Talk podcast early in my episodes. So we're hoping to have them back on sometime in the future. Jalen Armstrong was acting like she was going to be a little bit rusty, but some of her first touches would say otherwise. It doesn't look like she has lost much of a beat. So we have Mo Gore on the right wing. It's great seeing Mo back on the field. She had some injury issues at the end of her high school career, and then she went down to play at K-State before transferring back to the University of Nebraska Omaha. Oh, here we go. And it is Emma Wilson again, I believe. Yep. Emma Wilson cut back. And Coach Kelcher lamenting to his team that he's not wrong. That it was not great coverage on the box there on the cutback pass. A lot of standing and watching. And again, that's probably the difference, is the experience and the hard work in front of goal, even from your center midfielders. So, but what I was saying was Mo Gore back in Omaha, going to be playing for the University of Nebraska Omaha Mavs. Didn't get to play this spring because she played this fall for K-State, so even though different conferences had different rules, so she had to sit out this year, but she will be back in action next fall, and I know that Coach Tim Walters is excited about her. And even though she was training with the team, she's going to be an addition to the game, which is a pretty awesome addition to have. Also, long ball there. You know, Robbie is a handful, and the All-Star defender certainly took that handful all the way. That was Annie Mulder. Mulder had a handful of Reagan Robbie's jersey. Kenzie Coons again. She's been the consistent set piece taker for the UWS team when she's in the game. And the one thing I like about Coons' service is it is consistent. She knows where she's looking at. She knows the spot she's trying to pick, and she almost finds that spot every single time. Mo Gore hustling down there. Oof. Robbie with the turn at the top of the 18, cuts down to the end line. That is a fantastic tackle to dispossess Reagan Robbie of the ball. It's Claire. Yeah, Claire Niss again. Claire Niss has shown her defensive prowess, and you get that tackle wrong, it's a penalty kick, but she got it all right, and that was a high-level tackle for a high-level player on a high-level player. So good stuff all around. GEA UWS foul, stop the counterattack. That's Kama, right?
Yeah, Kama.
And the foul is committed on Kama Carpenter. Kama coming off of a high goal-scoring season for Lincoln East. Reagan Robbie in through again, and that is 6. Again, Jalen Bosock, great job stepping out of her left back position into intercept in that high pressure. And what happens is when a team is in keeping open possession and turns it over like that, unfortunately a cheap turnover is going to lead to a really, really easy chance because you don't have time to get back in and defend and get back in behind the ball. So we're underway. It's 6-0 now. I think one thing I heard Coach Kelcher telling his team at halftime is this is about the experience for this all-star team. They need to compete. The scoreline isn't important, and I would agree with him. Obviously, no one wants to lose 6-0 or 7-0 or whatever the scoreline ends up being, but I think the important thing for him is that they keep competing, because some of these players are playing against future teammates, future opponents at the college level. Some of these teammates are playing with former teammates from the high school level, so they have something to prove. And then there's a lot of uncommitted players still on this field for the ECNL All Stars that are going to be continuing their college search now that the dead period has been lifted for Division I schools. So the hope is if they want to impress, they're going to have to play with and against players of this caliber every single day in training and matches. And that's the difference right there. There's just the decision-making and the speed of play and the clinicalness. And here comes Rylan Childers in yards of space. Childers plays it out wide. That's Bosak, who's made her way up the wing. And the sun is going down here. About 15 minutes gone in the second half, sorry.
I think one of the hardest things for the All-Stars is this is the first official time they're back on the field since high school got over with.
Yeah, I think a combination with the All-Star team is it's kind of like the UWS team, except tougher because some of these players play together, obviously, on the 04 team, right, Aaron? But some of these players haven't played with each other for months.
And they are pretty well spread out amongst all of the high school teams. There's no one team that's really stacked with these ECNL All-Star players. I'd say East probably has the most per capita,
right,
and then Gretna as well. So, and you look how far they went during the season.
Yep, those are two of the stronger teams. But it's hard to come in with no training session and then, hey, here's your treat. Here's the opportunity. Come play a really high-level team that's had the opportunity to train the past 2 weeks and has already played a game with each other. But like I said, I have no doubt that we are going to see, well, some of these ECNL All-Stars are already committed, like Schmidt and Englum and Prososki are committed to the next level already, and I'm sure some of the other ones will be committed fairly soon, probably within this next month or two, I would imagine. And some of them are just getting their recruiting processes started, but have high hopes and have schools that are going to be targeting them. And here we're in through on net, on goal. This might be the goal that ECNL All-Star coach Marcus Kelcher was talking about, and saved by the GEA UWS goalkeeper. I mean, no matter the scoreline, the ECNL All-Star players want to score the goal, and the attackers who get the chance are going to want to be the team that scores. Going to be one of the player that scores the goal, because they're going to be able to have that bragging rights of, scoring against a back line that contains, Jalen Bosak signed a professional contract. Jalen Armstrong, had pro tryouts and probably turned down the opportunity to play professionally, to be honest, if you listen to her interview with us. Yanez at the top of the box. Yanez pulls the trigger. Good save. Saw that a little bit late coming through her back line, but a good save nonetheless. And the lights are coming on as the temperatures cool down. And the sun is setting, making it even harder for the camera and myself to pick up what's going on, but we'll continue to do our best to tell you what's happening in the game. Good pace there shown by the ECNL All-Star player in the corner. Good battle. Mia Hurt. Mia Hurt's a dangerous player. I've gotten the chance to watch her play club and high school. no surprise that she's able to cause some of these UWS players problems with her pace and her strength. Yeah, Aaron, if you know players, help me out, because I can't. That's a little bit better from the UWS team. I think that's what they're looking for. A little 6-string pass play up there. Bosox forward. And she wins a corner. That was a lot better, I think. What Coach Vasquez was looking for a little bit more was that rhythm, that change of the field. You know, not just, you know, playing it long every time and not doing the same thing. That was really good. Interchange of play, and obviously getting your outside backs forward in the attack is always the goal. So UWS team here with a corner kick. I guess it's Kenzie Coons on the kick. Oh, on the back post, Yanez has an open shot, and
It's a goal.
It's a goal. I'm not sure. I couldn't see how it went in. I don't know if it took a deflection and scrambled in, but
I think that's about 3 goals tonight scored off of corner kicks.
Yeah.
So something that obviously UWS is going to look to capitalize on this season, and something that the All Stars are going to have to clean up as they go through the season.
Especially as some of them head into the ECNL Playoffs here in less than a month. I will say this, standing down on field side when I was doing the pregame interviews and the halftime interviews, you know, I'm 5'10" and a half and nearing 5'11", and there's a 9, 10, 11 of the players on the field that are my height or taller, so definitely a problem on set pieces. Now we're getting a little. The one thing that the GEA UWS team is going to have to clean up going forward is they have the ability, they have the spacing, they have the ideas, but the casualness on the ball is going to get them into trouble. You like in that last instance, that there was a little casual outside of the foot flick that was a turnover, and you know, against maybe an 04 or an 05, they may not punish you. But you know, Scott Gallagher, St. Louis Scott Gallagher, which is going to be filled with a lot of Division I highly talented players like the GEA UWS team, it's going to be tough. So Ostergaard there in the midfield doing what she does best, dribbling through traffic and finding her teammates. Happy to have Grace Ostergaard in town. One of my favorite players to watch as she made her way through the Millard West and club ranks. We'll enjoy continuing to watch her play for the UNO Mavericks and obviously GEA UWS this summer. And it looks like the players' post-game food is arriving. I know when I was a college coach, that was the popular talking point of getting food and when they were going to get it and what they were having. And I'm sure it's no different for these players.
So Brzoski, hey, we're better when you're on the ball more, right? Couple touches, 20 minutes. We need more touches, Emma.
Got about 20 minutes left in the game. GEA UWS team handily in front. Going to look to see if the All Stars can accomplish the goal that they were set out to do in the second half of that score goal. I will, again, I think Coach Vazzi said this during the Shields halftime show, but while the finishing has been good, the one thing that has been lacking from UWS is any true, like, really good build-up goals. Oh, well done. Mia Hurt again. I believe Mia's still uncommitted. I believe she's 22 graduate, or is she?
I think she's a 23.
23. So early in her process, I'm sure June 15th, when June 15th rolls around, she'll be firing on all cylinders, working to start finding her next location. Definitely one coaches should watch out for in the attack. Oh, corner kick. ECNL All Stars. An opportunity here.
Tess Barron's taking the corner.
Tess Barron's on the corner. A lot of times the connection we saw this year in high school soccer was Tess Barron's on the corner and her sister Cece heading them back into the back of the net. And unfortunately, she doesn't have Cece on the All-Star team here to finish for her. And that delivery was going to be found wanting a little bit from that delivery, but Tess, a member of the dominant Omaha Scott Catholic Class B state champions this year, going to be looking to make a name for herself as the little sister to one of the stronger players in the state who made quite a name for herself over the last high school season and earlier. The one thing I like to see is we do have some of the Iowa high school players here in support. Iowa High School has a rule that when you're in high school season, you cannot compete for your club teams, even in all-star exhibition games. So they're here to support their teammates, which is good to see. And they'll be suiting up with their ECNL All-Star teammates as they some of them head into ECNL Playoffs, and some of them will be joining actually the GEA UWS team here in the near future. We have two University of Iowa commits that will be joining the UWS squad for the summer season. So we'll be excited to welcome them. I think the one thing that viewers of this game and these teams and coming back and watching these players who are returning from their college will find, and I think they'll find it interesting, is the growth of some of these college players. You may not have seen them play very often since they left the high school and the club ranks. This is a great chance to come and watch them. I think Lindsay Prokop's here is an example. She's on the ball now. When Prokop was playing for Sporting Omaha and Millard South, it was a lot of, she got played in behind a lot, run beyond the defense a lot, and she's clearly developed a really, really solid back-to-goal game, which is just a great addition to her arsenal and repertoire as a player. That she's not just a, fast runner in behind now. She can kind of do it all and well-rounded. But so definitely come and check her out and the other players out. Because they've definitely grown and changed as players, and I think that's probably one of the things I found the most interesting and fun, having watched these players grow up through the high school ranks as a college coach in my time at Wayne State, on the recruiting trail, seeing some of these players and where they're going and where they've come is very good for the state of Nebraska and the state of girls and women's soccer in the Omaha Metro, Lincoln Metro, and Nebraska as a whole. All Stars with a chance here to break. Mia Hurt misplaces her touch with the back to the defenders. But again, another turnover here. Grace Ostergaard turns the ball over. UWS here on the break again, foiled by the All Stars. Coach Kelcher urging Mia Hurt to work harder to get on the ball. I think that's a tough thing, right? You have to work hard when you're competing against the back line with the players that the UWS team has. It's not a walk in the park, but a great ball in over the top. Just again, Aaron kind of touched on this. I think some of the errors and misplaced passes are coming from, spread out across a lot of high school teams, not back together, not quite finding the sync of how they're playing. And then you're mixing in a couple other ECNL age group players too, and it's just, it makes for a tough little game and tough adjustments. So I'll be heading off of Mike here shortly to go head down to the field to get ready for our Shields post-game interviews, where we'll bring to you our Shields players of the game for both the ECNL All Stars as well as the UWS team. So.
Good interception by Mia Hurt. Passes it to Lolo. Ava Austin working hard in the middle there with Reese Poor as well. London DeFini sends it into the middle. So it's kind of neat. Marcus is able to give 06 and 05 players the opportunity to play with 04 and 03 players. So you have about 4 years of teammates there, club players working together, which is a great thing to see. Throw in by the All Stars. Tess Barron's able to get it into the 18. That's kind of Tess's bread and butter. She was actually recognized by TopDrawerSoccer.com at the ECNL Phoenix Showcase for just how commanding her throw-ins were. So good to see Tess get noticed for something she does very, very well. Ball actually goes over the 6-foot fence. All Stars get the corner. I think they're finally starting to turn it on here, trying to get that elusive goal. UWS is able to get it away. Owen Schmidt sends it back into the middle to Reese Bohr. Unfortunately, it gets intercepted. Tess wasn't able to get her foot on it, but they're able to get it right back. Ava Austin sends it up into the corner. And Savannah Solomon just about gets it, but is able to give enough pressure to have UWS kick it out of bounds. I want to thank Joe Cleary for his great work tonight on commentary. Joe being a former Division II coach in Nebraska at Wayne State College, and is extremely knowledgeable about all things college soccer, which always seems to help. UWS is able to kind of weave through, and all the All Stars can do is kind of kick it out of bounds, give themselves time to recoup and recover. As we get probably our final substitution of the match. And the throw in just goes awry. And now on to the leg of goalkeeper Samaya Hogue. Samaya's had a long evening. A lot of talent on the other side. Here comes the All Stars. And there's the shot, and there's the goal. Good job to Allie. Nice job to the UWS midfield for getting her up the field quickly, and she takes a heck of a shot. Also like to give thank you to my son Raiden and my wife Fran for helping us run the board. Everything that you're seeing that's popping up on the screen on my Cujo is all they're doing. So really appreciate them stepping up to help out today. This long hot evening here in Omaha, Nebraska. Here comes another one, a little bit of a header, easily taken by the goalkeeper of the UWS squad. And right back up the field. Tess Behrens is able to take it off of her foot and get it up the field and draw the foul. Grab the GoPro and head out. Tess Barron sends it in. Great placement. Lauren Algam, low, able to get it to the corner there. And they say that it was still in for some reason. Which is interesting. Either way, end of the game here coming up shortly. I also want to thank Marcus Kelcher, coach, who's coaching the All Stars tonight. Marcus will be down in Tulsa with the 04 and 05 team. The teams will be playing in kind of a showcase of sorts, just to get them warmed up for the playoffs. Those games will be on Mike Cujo as well, playing against Tulsa Soccer Club, Oklahoma Fusion Energy, which is a GEA club, and one other club. I'm drawing a blank right now, but should be a good weekend for the girls to get ready to go against some of their opponents that they'll be playing in ECNL Playoffs in Florida here at the end of the month, early into July. Lauren Schmidt is able just to chip it out of bounds and give the girls time to recover. Ball scoots to midfield. Bogey's able to send it up. You know, the score doesn't really show it, but the All-Stars have done an admirable job against some top-level talent here on this team. You know, when you have 3 of those goals scored directly off of corners, and one of them was a corner, and it just kind of stayed in the 18 for a while. You can't really call it a corner kick goal, but boy, 4 of those were just straight up off of corners, basically. That's not an easy thing for the girls to defend, but you know, I think going forward they're going to look back at the tape and they're going to be able to kind of see where they may have gone wrong. And there's the final whistle. Stick around, we will be going down to Joe Cleary for the post-game interviews. Thank you for watching.
And this is the Shields post-game report. I'm with the Shields player, one of the Shields player of the game, GEA UWS player Rylan Childers. Rylan plays for the Kansas Jayhawks collegiately, but she's playing with the UWS team this summer. Rylan, what'd you think about the game? How'd you feel about it?
I thought it went pretty well. You can tell that we're a whole bunch of different players trying to blend and make it a competitive team, which is good. But I feel like after we get a few games under our belt, we'll be pretty well off, and I think this is a good stepping stone on our way there.
Yeah, and how do you feel about how training has gone so far?
It's been good.
High environment?
Yeah, pretty competitive, which is good, which is what we want heading into our seasons in the fall. So
and then I don't want to keep you too long because I think you got some Jimmy Johns waiting for you, but what are you looking forward to for the summer, like just with this experience and hopefully taking this experience back to KU?
Just looking forward to making my touch better and just playing consistently so that I am ready for playing more games, since we're going to have more games in the fall.
Which is exciting, absolutely.
So just getting more games under my belt, and
Yeah, and I know we're all excited. I think fans are excited and need to come out and watch you. You and Reg and Robbie, even though you haven't played a ton together in the last couple of weeks, you two form a good partnership, so we're excited to watch you score some more goals and get some more assists. So thanks for joining us tonight. Congratulations on being the Shields player of the game. I'll let you get back to your team.
All right, thank you.
Yep, have a good night.
You too.
And now I'm here with ECNL All Star, and what year are you again?
04.
04.
Yep.
Sophomore this year, correct?
Yes.
Reese Borer from Norris High School, the Norris Titans. Reese, you played outside back tonight for a large majority of it. held your own against some Power 5 Division I players. How did you feel about tonight's game? Scoreline aside.
Yeah, scoreline aside, I thought we played pretty good for having about like 3 practices under us. We haven't played together in like 3 months, so I thought it was pretty good. We played against obviously very high collegiate level players, so can't be too mad about anything, and I thought we played pretty good, pretty hard.
What did it feel like when you were going up against some of those players and you were winning some of those battles? That's why you're player of the game, is like you and Maddie Weichel went toe-to-toe, and Maddie's a quality player, so how did it feel when you were able to win the ball off of them and go the other way?
Pretty good. I mean, it's kind of hard not to go into it a little worried because obviously they're very good players, but I mean, it feels pretty good, I guess. Just kind of have to stay on your toes and know that they are very good quality players. And obviously this is the level you want to eventually play at. Yes, for sure. Both the UWS team and possibly Division I. So you're going to be starting your recruiting process here June 15th. Yeah. Exciting times. Very exciting. My last question is don't worry about the lights. My last question is I just want to give a quick shout out to your high school, Norris High School. Yes. You guys had a heck of a season. We did. Very proud of us this year. Yeah, you should be. I think obviously running the table, going undefeated all the way into the state championship game, and then giving a very good, talented Scott team a run for their money. Tell us what obviously you have a future ahead of you with the ECNL team. I think you have ECNL Playoffs here coming up, but and those are exciting, end of June. Yes. What do you think? Is there a state championship in the future for Norris High School? Oh, I think for sure. We have a pretty young team this year, and I think we continue to build and play with each other. I think we definitely have some positive futures up ahead. Awesome, Reese. Well, I enjoyed watching you play in high school, and I'm going to enjoy watching you play for the club this summer and into next fall. And good luck with your recruiting process. Thank you. And you're definitely one for the coaches to watch. And congratulations on being tonight's Shields Player of the Game. Thank you for coming out. Yep. Have a good night. You too.